Hello everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. Flea and I are back as we continue our look into horror anime with the Zone 100 Bucket List of the Dead, created by Aro Aso. A worker in a foreign finance company is bullied and worked around the clock before a zombie outbreak finally makes him feel alive. Yeah, sorry folks, technical difficulties last week, so we'll have to come back tonight. My end, blowing up your PC is not a good thing apparently.
Something best avoided.
Yep. If you could avoid doing that, do.
Do you know, I think that was the shortest intro you've ever given to one of these.
Is it?
It certainly sounded like it's like.
Yeah, what are you doing with your mic?
Pardon?
You're like smashing it about or something? What's going on? There's a lot of like fizzling.
I've no idea. I'm just sitting here.
All right, well, it sounds as if you're like throwing a rage fit, going, "Rah! That intro's too short. Fuck you!" Ah!
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I am very, very angry over this. Ooh.
not as angry as I don't know, people who seem to have very strong opinions on the Steam machine for some reason.
Calm down, people. It's only a console
Like,
kind of PC thing.
I didn't think I'd going to stir such controversy, but oh my god, that video's gone mental.
Yeah, but come on, controversies. It's always nice to have a bit of controversy. Controversy is good.
Yeah, I just don't understand people. I guess, like, is this really worth anger? You don't like it, don't bad. Or if you do like it, do bad. I don't care what you do with your life. It's your life.
No, you've said this.
It's funny one. The ones that get really angry obviously haven't watched the video and just reacted to the title, which is even hilarious, even more hilarious.
Hang on, then. Isn't that how it works these days? You don't actually have to watch the thing. You just read the title and put two and two together.
God, it's a Jenna Ortega video all over again.
Oh,
that was the last time that happened. Like every lunatic came out from under its rock and just got angry. Anyway,
do that Jenny Ortega video. Is this in Steam consoles now? Yeah. Anyway,
let's see if we can get everybody angry tonight. This will be funny because this is a lot of fun.
Comedy horror, but instead of comedy horror as one word, it's comedy horror 2 words. Because the funny bits are very, very funny, and the horror bits are really good.
Yep. So we're obviously covering the first 6 episodes, and the first episode, Akira of the Dead, I think it's a very good setup for the whole series and a bit of foreshadowing for what happens later on.
Did you think that was? Did you think you were watching the anime, or did you realize it was a film?
Hard to tell. I thought it was like having memories of my previous life in the corporate world.
Yeah.
You will work here to death. You will only socialize with your work colleagues. You will have no hobbies, interests, or anything outside of this job because it's everything.
I do like the fact that it's kind of like he goes in, he has a really good time, he has a laugh with everybody, he's really enjoying it. They go out for a drink after work and he says, it was really good, I can't wait to get right then everybody, let's get back to work. And then he doesn't get home for 3 days.
Yeah.
Welcome to business.
No, it was just fresh-faced. He's an achiever, you know. He's got all good scores. He was really looking forward to this company, an advertising company, and he thought his dreams would come true. Then reality smacks him right in the bits.
Then he learns.
God, I could smell that office.
I can taste that office.
Yeah, you can just taste the BO hanging in the air, can't you? Just
it's like, the smell of bodies that haven't washed in a couple of days. I looked at it and I thought. I actually thought for a moment he was actually working in the anime industry, which is notorious for not letting the people who work for it go home.
That's insane as well because how do you I'm not about civil service type or we're busy, everyone that turns up there's a grifter.
Yeah.
But there has to be a happy medium. You know, how do you get the best out of people if you work them to the bone, especially in something creative? Because to be creative, you need energy.
I'm trying to work out what kind of business they were actually working in. I
It was
wonder if
advertising.
God, it was, wasn't it? It actually
Yeah, it was
says
an
so.
advertising business. Yeah.
So yeah. The question stands then, because it's just kind of like there's no life. There's no life in that business. His boss is a complete and utter arsehole. His boss above his boss is an even bigger complete and utter arsehole. It's,
Yeah, it actually reminds me of, like, Wolf of Wall Street type stuff. That sort of yuppie or American Psycho, just these absolute dicks. It's all about
yeah.
shafting each other, just But I had no interest in that's one. That's why I have a major problem with marketing, like even this channel and stuff, because even the language used and everything else, and the culture, I have no interest in.
Yeah.
Just I've worked briefly on a data project with the marketing department, and honestly, I got my eyes open. I was a bit like Akira first got in, all bushy eyed, and oh, these people are friendly. This is nice, and then
Starry-eyed. I'm really looking
yep,
forward to this. This is going to be really, really great. Cracks the whip. Get to work
it's not
now.
even that there. It's the sort of bitchy. That's one thing this doesn't cover is the sort of bitchy atmosphere. Everyone's trying to scramble up the ladder to get out of the mire, basically. Because if you're at the coal face, basically that's it. You're a slave, wage slave. So everyone will do anything they can to scramble up to get out of that. To be the one, gotta forget his name, but the one shouting at everybody, they want to be in that position because then they're dishing it, not taking it.
We'll just call him the chief and leave it
Yep.
at that. Yeah,
But
don't like him.
But obviously, we get to see like a first taste of the sort of zombies coming and just ripping people apart when the outbreak happens.
Good, because I like the way it just kind of like slowly shifts into the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, and nobody notices, like, because everyone's just so like broken. And we've mentioned this a couple of times by the whole Japanese culture. Like, I think what they've done is the original samurai culture. You spend every day practicing, become the best of something.
Yeah.
They've taken that and that's been incorporated into Western capitalism, and they've come up with this like mash that is just brutal and unforgiving and relentless. There's
Yeah,
this whole thing of drink, don't go home, which we
yeah.
actually see in this episode. They're go to the bar, drink, but don't actually go home to a family or anything. Why would you do that?
Wind down first, rather than take the stress home with you. You will load it all before you go.
Hmm.
It'd be a great idea if it didn't turn everyone into raging alcoholics.
Yeah, that's never good. What I mean, if it's even the same as energy drinks and stuff. The people that need the energy drink to get through, or any sort of addiction like that, you need this thing, or else you can't focus. Blah blah. Even a cup of coffee in the morning, like the people that fall apart if they don't have a cup of coffee. What I
Yes.
mean? That's a dependency, and it's never healthy. There's a difference between indulgence and compulsion. What I mean? If you indulge in a coffee, that's fine. But if you don't have it that morning, what I mean? You're that's a shame, but you carry on. But I'm talking about the people that literally
I
can't
haven't.
function.
I just can't. I just can't. I can't function. I haven't had that. I haven't had like my morning chocolate puccatino with soy milk. I must. That's it. I just can't go to work today.
Yeah, or they're just a complete. What I mean? That's what this culture
Oh,
breeds.
yeah.
I must say that actually Akira's room, his little studio apartment,
It's
is
what a dump. Literally, it's like it's wall to wall refuse sacks. It's obviously a bloke who doesn't get to spend much time home, and when he does, he's only there to sleep.
yep, and eat a takeaway, and maybe watch a TV show, and that's it. And then
Mm. Well, he doesn't even go to bed. He sleeps in front. He sleeps where he basically sleeps where he lands. Like,
Yeah,
gee.
that's not good. Like, how can you give your best? Like that's like it's just it's horrible. But this is horror in its own right, even before the zombie apocalypse. But it's a good setup for the whole story.
Oh, see, I mean, if, like the way I see it, the way I see it is like Akira in like the first half of episode 1. He's basically he is a zombie. He's a
Mhm.
member of the living dead. He's like he gets up in the I mean, look at him when he's like when he's walking home. It's kind of like shoulders slumped, arms hanging down, just plodding step by step, like a complete and utter like stereotypical zombie walk. I think you could, like you say, you could actually do a decent horror story just set in the day to day of a busy office.
Mhm.
No monsters, just like deadlines and pressure. The biggest, the truest horrors of them all.
Yeah, and it's all down to decades. Because is this the bit where? No, it's during a flashback, isn't it? Where Busy's told to retweet an entire ad campaign because
Mm.
somebody
Yeah,
promised somebody that his
yeah,
granddaughter would be in it. So
yeah. The guy who owns the company's son wants to be in it, so he's got to write the entire thing, even though he's already costed it, hired actors, hired cameras, hired a set to film it all on. He's got to redo it all just because this guy's son wants to be in it.
nepotism's great, isn't it?
Yeah, and you can't say no because you know the customer will pull.
Yep.
But Jesus, yeah. But it's like in a way, the entire series is like that first half. The actual run up to the zombie apocalypse itself could be the most terrifying thing in here.
Oh god, that's like I've seen it, especially in a big city.
Mm.
Yeah, live in a big city, and God, that's it. That's the culture. And if you don't play ball, which I don't, that's it. You're anathema because if you don't play ball, you're signaling to other people that that's an option.
Yes, and the last thing they want is for people to have options. You're there to do what they tell you, how they tell you to do it.
And you say the words, and even if you don't mean them, and blah blah blah, and it's just like, ugh, nah. I'm far too much of an individual for that. You could just see Akira getting his spirit absolutely crushed.
From bright-eyed, bushy-tailed university graduate to corporate wage slave in the space of 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. But there's a shining light because despite all the drudgery, he meets Sorry.
Who is far too lovely for her own good.
She's like a petal breezing in the wind. You know, the filth doesn't seem to land on her, or so we think.
I love the way that she seems to be the one thing that keeps the entire office going.
Yep, a little booster of morale just around, just keeping everybody's spirits up. And she's almost like a geisha girl, isn't she? She's almost like a
Yeah, she's
corporate
like
geisha girl.
you haven't had a break. You haven't had a break yet. Here's a coffee. I noticed you didn't get any lunch. Here's a sandwich. You know, it's every office needs one. Every office should have one.
No, I get because of obviously being involved in projects and stuff. Like, there's times you just knuckle down and you have to do it. But when it's every day and it's never ending, relentless, and you don't see any benefit, or you can't take. It's not even like you're making a product and you see the product leave the shelf. When it's all if, buts, and maybes, or this virtual stuff, or at least even this, to see an ad campaign, but it's so fleeting that what's the fulfillment? You know what I mean? You can just see it destroying you. But
I like the bits when he's going like he's listing the benefits, like they get paid holidays, and it's like goes to the scene of two people like, how much unpaid overtime have you done this week? About 70 hours. Ha! Talk to me when you've done 100. I love that because I'm just there going like, Yeah, that's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, oh, all this sitting down. I've got terrible backache. Huh, talk to me again when you start peeing blood. You know, it's kind of yeah. We've had those jobs. Yeah. We've been
Mm-hmm.
there.
I love the way they make the fact out that Akira was a rugby player and not one cauliflower ear to his name.
It was like that's like you don't understand. That's because he was so good.
No, it's because he's the winger.
Mm.
He wasn't a forward anyway.
Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, catch the ball, away you go. Yeah, but it's like I like the way because he's kind of like I mean later on in this episode and in the rest of the series, he's obviously like a really athletic bloke. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you know, climbing up drain pipes, that kind of thing. So he's obviously he must have got that from somewhere.
Yeah,
Rugby, obviously rugby.
That kind of makes sense. You know, at least they explained his fitness, not in the fact that it's still part of him. You know, even though he's let himself go, even compared because he had that good standing, sort of went off. I can't remember. There was some comment or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, he wasn't a forward anyway.
It's when he's going like it's when he's first started working. He's going by like what he's done. It's like, oh, I did this in university. Played rugby, blah blah. Bit of track, bit of field, bit of parkour. You know, that kind of thing. Might have been a superhero in a former life. Because I'm like, because when the zombie apocalypse finally does arrive, I'm going to use my skills as a video gamer and being able to sit in one place perfectly still for hours and hours on end to escape the zombies. They're going to think I'm one of them.
I'll be right because they'll be looking for brains and they'll just pass me by, so I'm safe. I'm like, what's her face out of Zombieland Double Tap, the second one.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, but obviously, also reality of the pervert in the office.
Oh yeah.
Kira gets his like proper induction into the real world.
It's like poor Sari. She'd be absolutely wonderful. She'd be absolutely perfect. He'd totally ask her out if she wasn't like the director's mistress.
Who's not enjoying a bit of it.
At pretty much any time of the day, although it's not that kind of anime.
Well, that's the thing. It hints enough. You know what's going on. That's it's things like that where I don't need it to be in your face, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't help the story. So I get it. They've explained. It's behind the window. We know what happens. Yeah.
It's behind closed doors. It's just that it happens to be like you in a frosted glass panel closed door.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't shy at coming forward.
But this is the bit where basically he may as well be dead. Because he's
like this like I say, this is the true zombie movie. It's like Akira's life before the apocalypse.
2 years of this.
2 years, Jesus. How many people have coped with 6 weeks?
Yeah, and that's the thing. 2 years in, you're like, this is my life. This is it. Doesn't change. Like, what's the point?
But it's all right. It's all to do with the disgrace of failure and leaving your job. Do you know in Japan they have companies which have been specially created so you can pay them to help you leave your job?
Oh, remember we've talked about this?
Yeah, because talking into your manager's office and saying I quit is one of the scariest things you can do.
God, not for me. The number of jobs I've been off over the years, it's like second nature. Yeah. I find it staying at a job harder.
You just kind of like walk into your shift manager's office, give him the middle finger, fuck you and your job, turn around and walk out. Or you can do it the nice way, where you go, I'm really not happy here, so I'm handing my notice, and then you work your notice.
Yep. Or you just don't come in and go, do you know what? Stuff you.
It's like I'm not enjoying this job. I'm handing in my notice. Not only that, but I can feel a dose of COVID coming on.
Good. The only actually the politest one I left was working for this place, and the owner was an absolute dick.
Mm.
He's screaming and shouting. And that's the one. Basically, I was in there a couple of weeks. The manager left, the one above me left, and I had to like step up after like a couple of weeks.
Oh, I remember this one. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just went, and the other there's like 3 directors of this company. The owner, I got to the point, even listening to him talk was going to set me off. I'm like, I'm going to spark this guy out. I'm going to launch. I could just feel it. So it was just one day, it was one email or something, just somebody sent a dopey email. I replied, and all of a sudden I got this whole shitty email back, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And I just went to the other guy, I'm like, can I have a word? Yep. I'm going. This isn't good. Sorry.
Mm.
I think you and I both we both know that how this is going to turn out. So I'm going to go now, and I just left that day.
Wow.
It was great because it was like April, and finally got through the winter.
Just when the nice weather's coming in. It's perfect.
Yeah, well, that was
time.
it. It was about lunch. It was just before lunchtime, and see when you're in a place with no windows and just fluorescent light for like a year, and you're like, and you become that zombie, and then I just stepped out. It was daytime, daylight. And almost like I could smell air for the first time. And I'm like, this is good, right? I just immediately felt better.
Colin skipping down the street, singing in the rain.
I practically was. I was just like, see when something's done and like it's just off your head. And that's basically the same feeling. I could see this whenever the zombie apocalypse breaks and Akira sees it on the TV. What happened? Oh god, what happens? He sees the zombies out in the street.
Yeah.
And then he sees the news. And that's it. The realization of he doesn't have to go into work.
It's just the weight I like, because the weight just drops off his shoulders, and he's actually like being chased by a horde of zombies at the time.
Yep.
Because it's the thumbnail, isn't it?
Yep.
The bit where he just throws his arms in the air and says like he never has to go to work again.
Just the most random reaction. Like that's what I mean. It's hard to do anything new with the zombie genre. It's difficult. It's all been done.
I've got to be honest. I am very tired of zombies. It's like do you remember back in the olden days when the first Tomb Raider game came out?
Yep.
And it had that scene where you got Laura with a gun in each hand fighting a dinosaur, fighting a Tyrannosaurus Rex. After that, everything had to have dinosaurs in it, until the point where everybody was absolutely sick to the back teeth of dinosaurs, and then all of a sudden it became zombies. I'm at that point with zombies now.
Yep. I think it was actually 28 days later that started the whole trend. The fast zombie, and it's a virus.
Yeah.
I know it's been done, but I don't know, just done like that. That became the template. And yeah, it's done, it's tired. And I just hate the way that the morphed the zombie and the vampire and the werewolf, so it all looks the same. There's no difference. It's just like, what are you doing? But this does it right. Basically, the zombies are the background.
Yeah, because there's something more important than the zombies going on. The actual characters in the story are more important, because nobody's like, oh my god, it's a zombie apocalypse. Cue the zombies, characters running around. Well, this time it's the characters running around, and the zombies are just staggering around in the background. I've got to be honest, I love it. I like the fact that they've taken the zombie apocalypse and they made it so colourful.
Yeah, so the human blood's real in this, but the zombie blood is just every color under the sun.
Every color of the rainbow. You blow up a zombie, it explodes in Technicolor. It's great.
Almost, it's almost got like a cyberpunk feel to it, doesn't it? Just without the
It does, but
technology.
without the punk and without the neon.
Hmm. But here's the thing. Obviously, after he has his initial yay, um, he decides he has to go and see if Sorry's okay.
Well, she's his first love.
Yeah. And I kind of thought this might have been it, him rescuing her, and that's the journey, those two on love, sort of love's
Yeah,
journey, if that makes sense.
most. I'm not going to say most. Everyone does. Everyone thinks that's where it's going. He's going to rescue her.
But here's the creepy bit, like the proper scary bit in this. How does he find out her address?
He looks her up on the company. He looks her up on the company records.
Yeah, but how do you do
He
that?
he works with computers for a living.
Yeah, but he doesn't work in HR. That stuff's protected.
He probably like I don't know. He probably hacks government websites in his off days. Oh wait, he doesn't have any off days.
Yeah, exactly. It's an advertising company, and he's one of the. He's not in HR, so that's the creepy bit, that he's able to to get somebody's home address that easily.
Yeah, but it's like Japanese school kids. Say a member of your class is off ill. Yeah, you can go to the faculty office. Like the teacher's room, and you can go in there and get your student's the student who's off ill's address, so you can take like printouts of the work you've done and take it round to their house to give it to them. Break in, stab them, nick their consoles. That kind of thing.
That's not out of order at all.
No, not at all. Yeah, her information would be like in the company records. So he's just kind of like gone to the company records, found out where she lived, and gone over there to rescue his loved one.
But that's not how it turns out.
No.
No, it turns out Boss Man likes to make home visits as well.
Come on, it's a great scene though.
It is, yes. Just that he thinks he's being the knight in shining armor, and no.
No, it's like opens the door, shouting Sari-san's name, looks down, sees a pair of men's shoes in the doorway, looks up. His fat, overweight boss is there, a zombie. And of course, being the fact he's decided to leave his job, he does the only thing he can do. He bows to him and says, "I'm terribly sorry, sir, but I regret to inform you that as of this moment, I am resigning from your company." All words to that effect.
Yep. And he finishes off with, "Thank you, sir, for everything you've done for me," and then throws him out the window.
Throws him out. Literally, rugby charges him, gets him in a scrum hold, and basically throws him out the window. Damn, he must have been good at rugby. That bloke's at least 4 or 5 times his size.
Yeah, but that's that. You tackle people properly. That's the beauty of rugby. You can take down some absolute giants, and if you're anyway small, you have to add 110% attitude.
Well, you've got to be honest. When he's not being threatened by his boss and screamed at, he's definitely got the attitude.
But it's all that whole. It's like he gets his spark back. He was broken. So this is just the most liberating thing ever. It's almost like a happy story. That's the beauty of it.
It's not a tragedy. It is. It's like you say. It's a story about a bloke getting his life back. It's like the zombies literally are just like set dressing.
Mm-hmm. And that's what's got me invested in it, because it's not the usual guff, if that makes sense. And even the rest of the episodes, it doesn't follow the same pattern.
It's different. It's very different. Where we've got to at the moment, episode 7 and onwards, I think like episode 7 and 8, the next couple of episodes, I think, fall into a slump, because it's like, because it's just kind of what happens. It's like, here we go again.
Yep, that's episode 6 was giving me that bit of foreshadowing. But even then, up to that point, you know what I mean? This is great. Does he think he's going to save Sorry? Yes, he does. Does he? No. She has turned.
No, she's already a zombie, and it's absolutely brilliant because he stands in front of her, declares his love to her, says that she was his first love, and he will always love her, and then he legs it.
This is one of the better, definitely better first episodes of something.
It's like
gets no premise in.
Yeah, because it's like normally the first episode is kind of like, right then, these are the characters, this is the story. And if it's something long-winded, you know what, I'm going to mention Boogie Pop Phantom again. It's like the first episode isn't long enough to tell you everything you need, so it overlaps into like episode 2, or in the case of Boogie Pop Phantom, all the way to the end. And it's just kind of like, it's like, right then, this is Akira, he's your lad. He's in a job, company is like really, really bad exploitative company, he's not having a good time. There's this woman he really, really likes, and then the zombie apocalypse breaks out.
Everything gets turned on its head.
Boom, that's it. Another good example of a good starting to an anime is a cyberpunk anime called Bubblegum Crisis, where the opening credit is a song. And during the 5 minutes or so this song is being sung, it introduces the main characters, the plot, and the bad guys. Brilliant.
Isn't there a role-playing game based on that?
Bubblegum Crisis, there is, I own it.
I thought there was.
Art Talazorian released it years ago.
Yeah, I thought I recognised that.
Don't encourage me, I'll try and get people to play it.
Yes, from now on we're going to be floating heads forever. Mwahahaha.
Oh yeah.
I tried looking up that VTuber stuff, you know, how to get that stuff set up, and honestly, it was a bit of a bollocks. Because I thought that would be funny as well, and a nice little backdrop, but I'm definitely not arsing about OBS again. I hate that
cute little anime avatars in the background walking around and pointing at screenshots and things.
Yeah, but you can get the heads and stuff, you know, like the avatar I've got, you know, you can get them to talk and that, but it's just
rigging it all up. And
the thing that annoys me is you have to buy this software first, or sign in and buy up front before you can test something, so you don't know if it's going to work or not, and then you feel like you're getting shafted. I just hate that. I hate the way everything's so slimy these days in terms of platforms out there. Because give me a week, let me try it for a week, and then I'll decide, you know, if I can work a thing, get it, you know, get what I want.
Yeah, unfortunately,
and then nothing could be produced. That would be the thing, that you can't, you know, upload anything, or you know, you can't put it to the internet. But at least you have a week to try out the software.
Yeah, nobody does free trials anymore. So you got to give them your credit card details before you can even sign in.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because they're trying to shaft you to the. Because I went to buy something there, I was looking to at a voice thing to maybe look at audiobooks, and it was horrible. I lasted 10 minutes and got my refund, and they're even then trying to mess about, and it's like, ugh. So sorry, folks, you'll have to put up with just this for the moment till you buy enough books so I can afford a new PC. You bastards, get on it. Buy merch, buy books.
Weed, no.
I'll just blame the audience for my stupidity. Why not?
It's the algorithm. That's what it is.
No, it was me plugging a power socket into something I shouldn't have, and it went poof. That's what this is all. I can't blame anybody else. When I hit that power button and the thing went poof, I knew it was me. There's nobody else because nobody else plugged anything in. It was me.
One of those moments.
Yeah. Anyway,
That'll teach you. Yeah. Anyway, yes.
episode 2, Bucket List of the Dead. This is what he decides he's going to have a bucket list.
I love the title of the bucket list. The title of the bucket list is 100 things I want to do before I become a zombie.
Yep.
Not how to survive the zombie apocalypse, just what I'm going to do before I finally bite the dust.
But that's a good foreshadowing because
I said you got to be honest. The guy's a realist.
Yeah. But a lot of people have nightmares about the zombie apocalypse. Akira's nightmare isn't. It's about the apocalypse ending, and this has just been a dream.
I want to know how bad that company is when your nightmare is basically like, normality. Without a doubt, there are like thousands, tens of thousands, millions of people in Japan who are kind of like watch the first episode and go, I know how he feels. That's me. It's just like normal bloke downtrodden in his job. I wonder how many people mind you, I wonder how many people in the West sympathise with that.
Yeah, just in the world in general. You know what I mean? It's it's one of them universal stories, isn't it?
Makes me thinking that people love their jobs. I used to love my job. Some of the people I work with were wankers, but I liked the job. The job was all right.
That's what pisses me off over life. The sort of field I was in, I was pretty decent at. I enjoyed the work, but my God, the people you had to work with were shitheads.
Yeah,
and that's what made your life miserable. Because it wasn't about doing the work; it was everyone just yapping. It was the constant yapping throughout the day. Like, notice me. It's like, just leave me alone. And we're all saying this thing now. You have to say this thing too. And I'm talking about like from the 90s onwards. It's always been that way with people. You know what I mean? And I just can't be arsed.
Towing the line. So that's one of the things I used to like about working nights, because when you work nights, there was literally like a shift manager, excuse me, a foreman. I've got allergies just thinking about it. So there's like the shift manager, the foreman, and the rest of the workforce. All the higher management, all the people in the offices from like the floor above, none of them were there. And as long as you got the work done, you could pretty much do whatever the hell you wanted.
Nah, it's
glorious.
God, it was this thing. I'll not lie. This series is a bit triggering because I just got so many stories. I could just spend this not talking about the actual series, just talking about the shitheads I've had to deal with over the time, and just horrible.
Don't get triggered watching a comedy. Don't get triggered watching Zom 100.
Well, that's where the zombies like. You're grateful for them, but anyway, Akira realizes this is a bad dream, so he's like, "Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna clean my house. I'm gonna clean my place. I'm getting back to the way I was, and then I'm just gonna laze about for a whole day."
Yeah, it's like bucket list item number 1. Spend the entire day just doing nothing and drinking beer. Do you know what? I can't actually like turn around and say no, terrible idea.
No, because once again, that's something I have to learn as well. Like recently with this stuff, it can take over your life. And if you don't take that one day, you just sit and do nothing and let yourself recharge, then you're useless. It has a detrimental effect. It's okay taking a day if you're very productive and you're doing things and you've got a lot on. You know what I mean? You need to do that. Because the other side of the coin is when you do nothing, that's as debilitating in its own way. If every day you just sit and do nothing, then that's not good for your mental health, and that's not good for your just your well-being. You need to have purpose in life, but you can't let it take over you either.
No.
It's the same as actually going to work is a good thing. Having a job, having a purpose, having something to do, having a reason to get up in the morning and go and do something is
Oh yeah.
vital.
I mean, I volunteer 2 days a week. If I didn't volunteer 2 days a week, I'd spend the entire time sat at home doing the thing.
Yeah, and that's not good. That'll destroy you more than anything. You need that. You need a purpose. Stuff like this, you know what I mean? Just having that reason. I need to be here at this time. I need to be prepared. Blah blah blah. It's all about. That's what we're wired to do as humans. The company goes too far, but having that one day is like, nah, I'm just going to sit about and drink beer. Opens the fridge. Oh dear.
No, oh dear, no beer. Time for a shopping trip. Because, I mean, what else do you do in the zombie apocalypse when you run out of beer? You've got to go shopping.
And I love the way this is set just at the beginning, so everything's full. So that's
Yeah.
because do you know what's boring is it's a year into the zombie apocalypse and they're getting into the populated area to go and pick. No. This is all fresh, brand new, so you don't have to worry about that stuff yet.
Looking at you, Walking Dead.
Oh god, that's
Not gonna not gonna lie. Read the Walking Dead comics. Love the Walking Dead comics. Tried to watch the Walking Dead television series. Just could not.
No, and I have the Walking Dead role playing game. You can check out the boxing video if you just want to see it. I haven't felt the need to pick it up because I watched the first season of that show, and honestly, after the first episode, it was a struggle.
I've seen it. Like I've seen Walking Dead played on IMT. Strain ran it. However, and nobody will believe me because they're all fans of Walking Dead. I've got a zombie role-playing game which is 1,000 times better than that. It's called Outbreak. And half of the fun of it is like setting it like a year after the outbreak when all the easily accessible resources are all gone.
But like Mutant Zero, except it's set far further. You know what I mean? Yeah, for a game, for a challenge, etc. But I mean, it's been done. That trope in the zombie genre has been done to death.
Yeah.
So the fact that the shops are still full of beer, still has electric, blah blah blah. You know, this is great. This is just a complete change, and it's not about that yet. This is about Akira reawakening himself, and also how his attitude when we meet the next characters. You know what I mean? It's actually what keeps him alive.
Yeah, because I do wonder just how far is this zombie, how big is this zombie apocalypse? How far has it spread? Because it's like the electricity is still on, the amenities are still working, the internet is still on, people are still reporting stuff.
Yeah, at this moment it's still in Tokyo. It's just Tokyo.
So it's
said in one of the news reports. It's still just Tokyo. It's the beginning. It's literally the beginning of it.
Yeah, I remember in one of the later episodes, somebody mentions that they've a group an area in Hokkaido has managed to kind of like hold the zombies back.
No, this is literally the beginning stages. So it's all the infrastructure and stuff still there. But as I mean, it's a great setting. But this is what we're not doing that. What we're doing is we're seeing Akira. You know what I mean? This is Akira's story. And then we meet, just as contrast, we meet the Kosakas, who are wailing and crying and pulling their hair out. Oh no, what do we do? How are we going to survive this?
Mr. Kosaka calms his wife, but then realizing he has a very concerning look on his face, walks onto the balcony to look at the world outside. Only to find our man Akira hanging from the drain pipe next to his balcony.
Yeah, he's just climbing down the, And
It's like, oh, hello. It's like, I'm just climbing down the side of the building to go to the shops. I couldn't use the stairs because it's full of zombies. That is the best explanation. You've got to be honest. That is the best explanation of why in any zombie thing you've ever seen.
yeah, but not just that there. His positive attitude, like even I'll go to pick up some beer. Do you want that? I think.
Some tin food, instant noodles, and some toilet paper is what I remember.
Yeah.
It's just it's just so fresh. It's like never before have you seen anything like this in any zombie movie, and it's good. Because let's be honest, the horror parts of it they're true horror. They're real horror.
Oh yeah,
But
because we get intersposed scenes of the basically victims of the zombie apocalypse, and the Kosakas are a good example of this. Actually, you know what I mean? This first bit is just comedy gold.
it's so good.
So it's kind of fun. But then we meet girl boss risk analyst Shizuka.
She could possibly be the best girl in this anime. She really could.
She is 100% focused, analytical. She's going to survive this. She takes all the risk factors. She's plotted her route. She's all the mirrors set up so she can watch in case the zombies approach. She's made it to the shop.
Automatic camera on the handlebars of her bicycle, because of course she uses a bicycle, because in a zombie apocalypse it's the perfect way to get around, because it's cheap, it doesn't use fuel, and it's almost silent.
Yep. She has this all planned. Before she set foot outside of her apartment, she had this whole journey. You know what I mean? Drones were involved, everything, you know what I mean? This was the perfect operation.
It's like military precision, down to the wire.
And then Akira just walks in singing beer, 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 beer. Lovely beer.
Like, well, you would. I like the bit where he sees her and she's just there drinking out of a bottle. He's like, oh shit, I was just singing something really weird. Quick, be normal. Lovely weather we're having for a zombie apocalypse, isn't it? Or something like that. Oh, Kira, never change.
But I think that's the beauty of this series. These two obviously meeting, you know what I mean? They're chalk and cheese. They're complete opposites. It's the classic story. You know, I mean, this is a classic trope of the two people that should never get along. Or we know they're going to be forced together. There's no reason for this meeting apart from that. We know where it's going, but we don't care because this is comedy. It's just
it's the way they keep meeting throughout the series that I love. Where it's like Akira walks up to a building, looks over to his right to find Hare standing there looking left at him.
Yeah.
How many anime have done that? All of them, and it's still good.
Yep.
But yeah, she is. She plans everything down. I'm pretty sure she planned for that truck. You know.
You can almost say what was that? The Sherlock Holmes, the Robert Downey Jr. one. You know, that calculating in the mind.
Yes.
The mind temple thing. You'll do this and I'll do that. Blah blah. You know, that kind of stuff. And then Akira just like, nah. And then she's just like completely bamboozled by him.
It's like, who is this weirdo and what is he doing in my shop?
Yep. And who the hell goes just to get beer? You know, she's like, that does not compute. You could see the code running in her head. Just having
it's like oh god, it's like 404. 404 reason.exe is stopped working. It's like, what kind of? It's like why would you buy beer? Why wouldn't you buy beer in a zombie apocalypse? I mean, come on, let's be sensible. Beer.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just that's what I'm doing today. Tomorrow's a new day.
I look. It's like you look at hair, but they both got baskets because you know that's what you do in the zombie apocalypse. You pick up a basket and you walk around the shop like you do every day. Hairs is full of things like batteries, cleaning fluid, bottled water, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
This has got beer, 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 toilet paper.
Yep.
I suppose the good thing about the zombie apocalypse is the rush on bog paper isn't going to be as bad as it was in COVID.
No, that's true. God, that was like black market stuff, black market toilet paper.
Oh my God.
Lunatics.
Just in case any of them are watching, I still laugh at those people who brought all that toilet paper only to discover it was absolutely worthless when they tried to sell it.
Ah, well, they're sorted for the rest of their life, and they're.
I guess if that's it, though. Without a doubt, 6 months toilet paper will be a luxury item that nobody can afford.
Like eggs.
Like bloody eggs. Gee, what's happened to the price of eggs?
They're scary.
I still bought offers as I'm going to go shopping because I've decided this week I'm going to treat myself to a Friday sandwich.
And then the price of eggs, you're like, do you know what? I'll go and get some steak instead.
It's my God. Can you afford steak? Steak and eggs? Oh, you're quite right. I better put the eggs back. That's how I have no idea what's happened to the price of eggs.
Madness.
Oh well.
But you don't have to worry about that during the zombie apocalypse because there's nobody there. You just grab
No,
them.
the eggs will be free. Just go and grab them.
Yep. While they last.
Yes.
In the early days, of course. That's what I mean. That's what makes this funny because it's the early days.
Mind you, if you think about it, the chickens will still be there laying the eggs, so at least they'll be fresh eggs. You've just got to find out where the chickens are. Yeah, I do like the fact that they've kind of like they've set it in the early days, so everything still running makes sense. I think we may have already mentioned this.
Yeah, but then that means you can concentrate on the characters and the story, and that's what I mean. We're not just relying on tropes.
Because I know that there is a scene later where one of them mentions that the internet has gone off.
Yeah, that's a thing because that's the start of the breakdown. No connectivity, no news. You know, this is the start, but we don't need that yet. That's not the we've seen that 100 times. But the truck smashing into the shop because the drivers turned into a zombie. Don't
you love the way that the zombie truck driver is still like the most stereotypical truck driver in the world?
Oh yeah, he still has a burger in his hand.
He's got his lumberjack shirt on. He's got a baseball cap, a burger in one hand, his dog sitting next to him, and he's got murder in his eyes. In fact, it's every truck driver ever, and he's slightly more undead. Love it.
Fun.
Love it.
But this is where Suzuko's world falls apart because her bike gets smashed. And once again, EXE 404 just does not happen. It's like runtime error 404 because.
But Akira, meanwhile, gets to achieve another of his bucket list items. In the fact, he's looking for a way to get home, and he grabs this little Vespa, which is nice, but he thinks he could do better.
And that's the realization drops that, hang on, there's all these bikes and nobody owns them anymore.
Enter the motorbike of his dreams.
I love the way they changed the name. It wasn't a Harley Davidson, but it was a Harley Davidson.
It's only a Harley Davidson. They've just changed the name.
It's like a Chinese knockoff of the Harley Davidson, isn't it?
The Harley Davidson compatible.
Yep. I forgot what the name was, but it was just hilarious when I saw it. I'm like, yeah, know what you're doing here.
It was a Richard Thompson or something. I'm sure it was.
It was something strange, but it was just you just got the joke, and you're like, okay, I'll go.
Like, See, that's just it. It's like, not all humor has to be telegraphed. We do get it. We do get it. We do understand it. Yeah. Mhm. Brilliant. So he ends up going home on a motorbike, which is probably way louder than his motorbike, than his push bike. But he managed to get home safely.
Because I think it's a part of his charm, but also is that if you don't overthink it, when you overthink something, you mess it up.
Yeah.
Which we're seeing with Suzuka, she's the ultimate risk analyst, and
Yes.
the minute her plan doesn't go well, that's it. She's kind of like stuffed. But
that's
Kira,
it. Like, yeah, he's the ultimate winger.
Yeah,
he just wings the entire thing.
Like every winger in the rugby pitch, you do the hard work. You have to do the wrestling. You get your face smashed in, and then you pop the ball.
That's how we know. That's how we know he was a winger. You see, because he's that good at dodging the shit that the zombie apocalypse is throwing at him.
Yeah. Oh fuck! Do you know what used to really piss me off?
Oh god, go on, tell me.
You've been a rocker a mall, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a proper wrestling match. You get the ball, and you manage to get it out. You pass it to a winger, and you boot the fucking thing. And you're like, you couldn't pass it around. No, you couldn't give us a chance to disengage and get our breath back. No, fucking boof. And the ball disappears halfway up the pitch, and you're like, oh, fucking hell, I have to chase it. And if anyone's played rugby, you know yourself, it's like doing a series of hardcore weights followed by a sprinting session. Like, if you want to break yourself, if you just want to be like tireder than you've ever been in your life, play rugby. Seriously. So you've just been this basically weightlifting because you're against the two packs are like pulling, dragging, shoving to get to the ball. You get that ball out, and then you'd think that a winger who's just been hanging about inside waiting would understand. Oh, them guys have just knocked their melt in. We'll pass it around and we'll move it up and give them a chance to catch up. No, hoof. And you just see that thing disappearing, like, shit. And away you go again, the full sprint session to try and get to the ball before the other pack disengages themselves and comes after you. And you're just like, fucking hate you. You bastard.
So, not right. So, we're on episode 2. And already you've had like business rage flashbacks and rugby rage flashbacks. Are you sure we should continue with this?
Well, I've managed 6 episodes without like fully losing it, so yeah. But is that not part of the fun though? You're just like, oh fuck, this reminds me of such as. Is that not how stories are relatable though?
Yeah, yes it is. Capture your audience, make them understand exactly where you're coming from.
But then we get to the horror bit.
The tragedy bit.
Yep. Akira's happy, parks his bike, shimmies up the drain pipe, goes to give the toilet paper to the Kazakas, and yeah, they're done.
They're gone. Everything is smashed up. Blood everywhere. In a way, that is the first reminder that this comedy isn't the only thing that this thing does, because we've had quite a few laughs at the bit. It's like there's a little bit of the human element when you first meet the Kusakas, but then there's a lot of comedy comes after this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where it just kind of like, for all the fun and games that you've had, it's like episode 2 turns around and right towards the end gives you the bill.
Yep. And also the fact that the blood's red and not multicolored, we know.
Yes.
Which is a clever thing they've done.
It's a really good little touch. When I saw the trailers for this before it was released, I was like, he's like, there's a lot of color in this, but the color is there so you can differentiate. It's like you can tell like what is zombie and what is human, because like you say, only humans bleed red. Zombies bleed every other color of the rainbow.
Yep. So the fact that this is red blood and over the glass and everything, you know it's the Kazakas. It could be nobody else, and they're done.
They're done. They're gone. They've either been ripped to pieces or they're out there somewhere with the rest of the horde.
But yeah, and then just you think that would be it. He gets up, he sticks the beer in the fridge, gets prepared to carry on with his first list. You know what I mean? His scratch off the bucket list. By the way, there isn't I suppose we should premise as well. He hasn't got 100 things. He only managed to get up to 37.
But it's like this is that. It's like, I think it's what happened with the Kosakas. It's in the fact that the Kosakas have been killed. That's what kind of like puts it into his mind to create his bucket list. Because before he's just doing things day to day. Because at the end of this one, when you see him writing the list, the first thing he writes is stay at home all day and drink beer. And as soon as he's written it, he crosses it out. And then he's like, right, get a motorcycle, crosses it out. So it's like it's not just a bucket list, it's day to day things as well. It's his day to day. It's like today I'm doing this, and then it's things like go home, see my parents. Kind of like do this, do that, eat this, eat the other. It's a great list.
Yeah, it's not ridiculous. And the fact that he can only get the 37 is realistic as well, because I was thinking about it. What 100 things, especially at my stage in life, do I really want to do now? What burning desire? And it's amazing how, if you've tried to live life, that there isn't that much.
I was going to say most of what I'd call my big bucket list items, apart from like the really ridiculous ones or the ones that would cost a stupid amount of money, I've already done them. It's like I've traveled, I've lived abroad, I've had an awesome girlfriend in the past, things like that. Things like I own my own home. It's things like that, just normal everyday things. And then you get the ridiculous things like go to space, lunge at the Pope, that kind of thing.
See, I have no desire to go to space. Like, even if they started that, they're starting trying to do the journeys into space and stuff. And I have no interest in doing that.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't really want to go anymore, because it's like now they're starting like space tourism, stuff like that, and it's getting a bit normal.
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
even
instead of going to Spain for a fortnight, you'll go to space for a fortnight.
Yeah, but think of it, it's like going on a cruise. Imagine being stuck with, and this would be my luck. I'd be stuck with the knobhead.
Yeah,
the annoying knobhead that would follow me around, and I would never leave my cabin. So that would be a waste of time.
Yeah, but it's a like cruises are all right. Cruises are all right.
But you know why it's always a bucket list thing? You know why people? I'm just trying to think of the atypical bucket list thing that people have. Does that make sense?
Sports cars.
I've driven. What I have BMWs, I had Audis, I had I've no interest in supercars and stuff, or Lamborghinis or anything. I just don't like the look of them, or it just doesn't seem pointless. I've no interest in racetracks. I've done Navigator. I've had a taster session of navigating for a rally driver.
Yeah.
That was enough. No interest doing it. You know what I mean? I've tried it. I've skydived. I've abseiled. I've been in helicopters. I've been in boats. I've been.
It's like, yeah, I've flown, but I've never jumped out of an airplane, because why would you want to jump out of a perfectly serviceable airplane?
Well, that's the beauty of the school I went to, is the airplane that you go up in. You can't wait to jump out of that thing. You don't trust it to land. It was a wasn't even a Cessna. It was like the ricketiest plane you can imagine. Like, you see it wobbling. And I think it was done deliberately to encourage you to jump out, because you're going, that thing's not going to land. That's going to blow up. Get me out of here. I'll trust the sheet attached to the back.
The engine's going, boom, smoke comes out. Right, I'm leaving.
I think it was. It was. And then the thing to do as well is when you're up mid-air, they turn off the engine when they throw out the what is like a flare beacon thing to test the wind. So they drop this thing out the side to see what way the wind's going to get the position before you leave.
You think if you're in an airplane which makes its own wind, it would be going front to back, wouldn't you?
No,
Really?
no, wind doesn't work like that.
Oh God.
No, it's when you leave that bit, it's where it's going to take you, because obviously you don't want to be at a stream that's going to basically take you away from the X where you're meant to land. So you get caught in the slipstream. It's all complicated. You know what I mean? It's all, there's all different levels. It's complicated.
From the side of the airplane, I don't care where the wind takes me. Just let me off.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, even that with the engine stopping, you're still up and going, oh shit, get me out, no, fuck it. But anyway, I'm just saying, typical bucket list stuff. I can't think of any.
I don't think, like I say, unless you go for the absolutely ridiculous things, I don't think there are many bucket list things, really. It's like a bucket list thing is just something. I mean, it literally is something you want to do before you like shuffle off this mortal coil.
Now, I do have one thing which I'm working towards at the moment. I'd love to see a retailer with an entire shelf dedicated to horrific publishing. I want.
There you go. Then
I want a shelf for the books, a variety of books, not just the one book. You know what I mean? I want.
Is that just a singular shelf or an entire
No, a singular shelf. I would be happy with a singular shelf. If you think of a decent bookstore, like shelves are massive, so to have one shelf, all dedicated to your publisher, that would be amazing. I'd love this. That's one thing I'd love to.
That would be that right there. There you go. Then boom, bucket list. Make it happen. Excuse that.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. You know what I mean? That is something I'd like to see happen.
That would be absolutely amazing to see. It really would.
And that's one of them moments of, God, even if the book never sold, just the fact that you're able to set things in motion and that happened, to be able to stand beside it and go, look.
Just point at the row of books and say, this is me.
Built this, But apart from that, yeah. So Akira's list, the fact that we got to 37 kind of makes sense too, because that's where you get really introspective. Like, what do I want? And even at his young age, he's got a level head on his shoulders. But meanwhile, we meet Shizuku, girl boss, and we basically get the events of their meeting replayed from her perspective. So that's how you know she's the main character, because we're back in her spick and span apartment. We've got her laptop with all her monitor set up. She's got everything plugged in. She's watching. She's got her ham radio. She's all there. You know what I mean? It's an operation center.
I'm actually surprised it's not an underground bunker, because it looks like the kind of thing that should be.
Yeah, but she went for penthouse instead, so
I reckon she's rich.
Yeah,
but
she's possibly moved into somewhere, which is quickly taking over this place or something. But needless to say, and she's replaying the events of the meeting, going, who the hell would do that? Who is this guy? It does not, you just see her having a bit of a wobble going.
Yeah, she's got kind of like all those notices pinned up anywhere. It's like, don't do this, don't do that, do this, don't do that. Don't eat too much sugar is the one I remember.
And her zombie movie training videos.
All like, how many did she say she watched? 200-300?
Yep.
Girl's got dedication. I like her even more.
But that it just shows the two, you know what I mean? It's chalk and cheese. It's the two ways to approach the thing. And we've seen too much of her side of things in movies and the genre.
Yeah.
I mean, that bit's kind of been done.
Yeah, she's like the strong female boss character who come the end of the movie is probably going to be the only one who's going to walk out of it alive, because of her previous training and the fact that everyone else is an idiot.
Yeah, but now we're getting that flipped on its head, because
we see we're seeing the zombie apocalypse from the idiot's point of view.
Yep. But not even that. It just, he's just got a different outlook.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a good episode. And then this is where I did not expect this episode, Best Friend of the Dead. I didn't know where it was going with this.
Mm.
This is where we meet Kencho. And
Another great character.
but we start off in this restaurant, and it's like a mob restaurant or something.
It it's a host club. It's God, how can I describe it? It's where women who are sad and lonely go to spend time with incredibly handsome, incredibly well-dressed men who will make them feel special. That doesn't mean sleep with them. They literally just go like they're like it's like yeah, it's not even that, no, because nothing is actually taken outside of the bar. So it's kind of like, princess, you look really disappointed. It's like my name's Flea. Let me sit down and try and make your day better. Maybe a glass of champagne would a glass of champagne make you feel better? Let's have some champagne. Waiter, bottle of champagne. Goes on hair bill, of course. It's just a place where people go to feel better. And it's kind of like, I think Kencho was working there or something like that, because he's in there because he's kind of like locked up in one of the rooms. Or maybe it was totally just a brothel. I'm not quite sure.
Maybe it's two sides. It's like there's the respectable front end, like an escort business.
Yeah,
the
it's
official services that are offered, and then there's the off the table services.
Yeah, because it's just the way he was talking to her that made me think it was an escort, not an escort, host.
Just lucky he went into the BDSM room, eh? You know what I mean?
Luckily he went into the BDSM room, because the woman who turned into a zombie was strapped to the wall.
But yeah,
Deal with that what you will.
But I'm just like, where is this going? This is completely taking a turn.
See, being an anime fan who's used to that thing, I just kind of went, the BDSM room, okay, yeah. And that was just carried on eating my crisps. The story just went on.
No, it wasn't even that. It was just the fact that, okay, because it just starts off with his character completely unrelated. You're like, how's this going to tie up? And then that's when we find out that this is actually Akira's best friend during
Akira's bestest friend, who worked in
real estate.
Real estate. Thank you. Yes, he did indeed. Worked in real estate and because he worked in real estate, met all these famous people and rich women.
And this is how they fell out, is during the conversation. Basically, Akira finally realized, is right at the beginning, he realized he's in a shit job.
Yeah. Because it's like Kasaka's there going like, why are you in that job? Leave it. Just walk out. Just tell them you're leaving and walk out. And it's like it's the comparison is great, because you've got Kasaka's there in like suit, like perfectly manicured nails, perfectly coiffed hair. He's like looking like $1 million, just sitting there drinking whatever he's drinking. And you've got Akira's kind of there on the bar stool, slumped over, barely holding his head off the bar, bags under his eyes, looking like he's just been dragged through a hedge by a pack of wolves. It's like, yeah. And it's like, can you just stop telling me how amazing your life is and how shit yours is? And that's how friendships end.
It's amazing how quickly it can happen. Like, if you just say the wrong thing at the wrong time.
It's very easily done.
Yep.
But I love the way that it's like, I can't remember what Akira was doing.
It's on his bucket list. To apologise to Kencho.
But I'm trying to
That's
remember
what the whole thing
how
is. On his number 3, apologise to Kencho for the argument.
and it's like I love that he finds his number on his phone, and he phones him, and the middle of the zombie apocalypse, he picks up, not in a Shaun of the Dead kind of way. Yeah, hello, oh, hello, mate, in the middle of a load of zombies. It's just,
And he's all chipper and happy and like bubbling with life, and Kencho is just completely. It's like it's a flip of the coin, isn't it? Because the last
yeah.
meeting it was the other way around. Now it's the tables have turned. You know, Kencho is just completely downtrodden, and it's Akira who's upbeat and alive again.
It's like, where are you? I'm in Shinjuku. Give me a number, give me a location. I'll be right there on the bike. Off he goes, leaving Kenshin asking all the questions.
Yeah, good. What?
Why? What? Huh? But it is.
No. That's what made me fall in love with this series. Actually, just the fact that he's a force of nature. Akira is a force of nature. And
You've just got the feeling that nothing's going to stop him. He's just going to keep going right until he gets everything he wants.
But this is something I've talked about, metaphorically on the channel. Is if you can get that spark of life, hold on to it, maintain it. Life's shit, the world's shit. Nothing's going to change that. You got to find your bit that makes you even. Nobody says 100% of the time, because that's not realistic. But you got to find that thing that gets you going. Makes you feel alive, makes you happy. Just for that moment, gives you purpose.
Yeah.
And if you can, don't fight against it, and don't get caught up. That's what I'm saying about creativity. That's one of the best outlets, just to make something or put something out there, because people get caught up. That has to be successful as in make money and stuff. No, it doesn't. It has to give you purpose. If it's a hobby or something that gives you that outlet, and you don't put all your eggs into one basket. It doesn't have to be your career. People think that's a be all and end all, etc., etc. And we'll see how that goes. And we're seeing it play out in this episode. Everyone puts their eggs in one basket, and they think that's going to provide their meaning in life. No, you need to find that, and it's different for everybody. People can have commonality. That's why there's clubs, societies, groups. That people have a similar thing, but at the end of it, everyone has to find out for themselves and recognize it and cherish it. And this is Akira, who lost that through this job, and then of all things, zombies is what woke his spark, reignited his spark again, and said him, basically reminded him how to live life. And it's infectious. You hear him talking and you just can't. You're confused, but you can't help feel a little better about life, because Akira's just like, yeah, this is great. Let's just do this.
Is Akira suddenly your new hero?
He's my second favorite Akira.
Well, there's only one. You've got to be quite honest. Actually, no. Going through anime, I can think of a lot of Akiras, and not all of them are men. All Akiras are good. That's how I'll say it. All Akiras are equal, but some are more equal than others.
But yeah, just that infectious attitude is lifting people up. And even Kencho is like, oh, what the hell? And then Akira's coming to see him. He's got out of his slump. He has to get ready, sort of thing. Did Akira plant the bomb or set the explosion?
Do you know what? It is the general consensus that he did. He rigged that, like because he set a car. He set like a car up so that it would attract the zombies. The general consensus is it never actually tells you anyway. It doesn't tell you in the anime, it doesn't tell you in the manga that yes, he did actually rig the car to explode.
That would make sense because he obviously wanted to get into the hotel, the club.
Well, he's a winger. He can do anything
Mm-hmm.
except run with the ball, you know.
Or do the real work.
Mm.
But I'm just a grumpy forward.
Nothing wrong with being a good age. Grumpy forward to get all the work done. But yeah, I love the bit where they get out of there and it's like the zombies are after them. They're running and the only way they can go is up, and they end up on the roof and they block the door off.
Yeah, but even before they get to the roof, don't forget the bit in the corridor. The whole purpose of Akira going there.
To apologize. A proper bowing apology.
Yep. Like the other side, that's stuck in his mind. He felt bad about that exchange, about them drifting apart, even if it didn't officially fall out. But the sort of the sour taste, he wasn't happy about it, and he let his bitterness take over him, and he always felt like he had to make amends. So yep, when he switches to that mode, like in the middle of all this was more important than surviving. Do you know why, like in a Western show, that would be left, to fester for like a season or something, and
Yeah.
it would always come up, and it would always be one of the niggling things. No, he just gets it out of the way. Like, I'm sorry, and then that's about where the zombies start coming at them again.
Oh. And then we get the roof.
Yep. All I can say is it's basically the beat for beat the roof scene from The Matrix.
I love the bit where it's kind of it's like they get on the roof, they manage to block the door off with an awful lot of handy like air conditioning units that just happen to be lying around.
Well, if you rip them off,
either that or Akira is strong enough to rip them off their mountings. And I love the bit where it's kind of like that's it, we're done for. How can we escape? Says Kencho. Akira's like, we'll jump to the building across the street. It's not that far.
And he just does it.
And then he just, what? You're joking? And then he just does it. And I love the bit that Kencho is kind of like, he's there. He's like this tears streaming from in his eyes. He's like, everything I told you about me loving my job, it was all a lie. It sucked. I hated it. It was the worst job ever. I was like jealous of you. And then he's like, and it's like, and he's like, all I really wanted to do was be a stand-up comic.
That was the most random thing ever.
It's just kind of like, it's like, what? And then Akira just turns around and says, so why don't you just quit that dumb job and do it?
Yeah, right back at him from the conversation.
It's the greatest return line in the entire series. Like, why don't you do? So he does. And with the zombies snapping at his heels, he runs. He jumps off the building, and all of his clothes fall off.
Yeah, but that was when we had the flashback that he was the Joker. He always played the jokes, but his thing was the naked. It just turned up.
He always did it naked. I'm like, is this a real thing? I missed something here.
Yeah, but that was the setup, wasn't it? That's how. Once again, that was his, trigger or whatever to get him to do stuff. His confidence was stripped off his clothes and being inappropriate in public places. So, yay!
Get in there! Woo!
But I love the way that's, that happens, and then they decide what we're going to do: naked beers on the roof. Just
beers. That's just it. It's not only beers on the roof, naked beers on the roof. Because why have a beer on the roof when you can have a beer on the roof naked?
But that's the whole thing, isn't it? Oh, the norms of society have gone. who cares anymore? This is, this is the now sort of thing.
Strange animated time. But yeah, that's where it ends. It ends with them sitting, looking at the stars on the roof, drinking beers.
Oh, this is where the lights start going out, so they can actually see the stars.
Where the lights go out, and it's the first time they can properly see the stars.
Nah. Which is, I'm glad I didn't grow up in a big city.
Yeah.
I'm glad I went camping and stuff when I was younger, because that's not a problem. I mean, I've led on the stars loads of times, and actually, it is quite freeing just being away from stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember the good old days when the road the good old days when I was younger, and literally the road that I live on literally only had one street light on it, and that was at the junction, which is a couple of 100 yards up the road from me. So like when night fell, it'd be perfect pitch blackness around here, and you'd just be able to like sit on the backyard watching the stars. The good old days.
Mm-hmm.
Now everything's lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, and it's amazing how light does that. It's the hustle. Once again, that's what this is a sort of a metaphor. Letting go, hustle and bustle, and that modern life has its convenience, but also it cuts you off from your humanity. You need to remember that, and that's now we'll have to make a conscious effort to do it, but it's worth it if you do.
Yeah. It's more on that in future episodes.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. So I need to.
Oh, right, you are.
Right, entertain the audience for me there, would you?
Oh my God! Hello, audience. What shall we talk about today? Some 100, I suppose. Damn it, Colin! Why do you do this to me? I'm useless on my own. Yeah. Would I recommend everybody watches this? God, yes. Yep. It's the right blend of comedy and horror, but it seems it does a really good job in keeping the horror parts and the comedy parts separate from each other. So there's none of that weird juxtaposition where horror is supposed to be funny. Colin's not back yet. This is worrying. Am I supposed to talk about this? I don't want to go any further in the episode until Colin's back.
All right, back now.
Oh, thank God for that.
I need to time a pots of tea. I've kind of guzzled one before I started the stream, so it's like, oh no, focus in. Yeah. So, Flight Attendant of the Dead. This is, I think, is one of the more bunker episodes. Just absolutely mad.
This is a really, really good episode.
This starts off, obviously, Kencho sees Akira's bucket list and is disappointed with him that he hasn't got 100 things.
So he starts adding his own stuff to it.
It's like, we'll take us a
bucket list, a communal bucket list.
Yeah. A bucket list pact. They will both do these things, and yeah, Akira decides that he wants a girlfriend, but not just any girlfriend.
It's got to be the perfect girlfriend. He's already met her. He just doesn't realize, and neither does she.
Oh, that's
spoilers.
Yeah, but that's kind of we saw that like from the first meeting. We kind of saw that's where the direction's going. We know what's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah. It's the way he looked at her and like, oh no, I'm being really weird, and she looked at him and said, "Who's this idiot?" You
Yeah.
knew they were going to be a couple.
Yep. But it's actually two separate things. He found a girlfriend, but also he wants to take a flight attendant out for dinner.
Oh,
There were
yeah,
two
yeah.
separate bucket list items.
He wants to wine and dine.
Yep. So yeah, of course, that's what you do during the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, that's the things that's there.
But like, I didn't know you could have like communal bucket lists.
Well, apparently, why not?
It's not a but. It is no longer a bucket list of the dead. It is now a bucket list of the people.
Is that not what society's about, right? We want to do these things. That's like friendships and societies, and people get together to achieve stuff. We want to
Yeah,
do this thing.
friends do things together. There's nothing unusual about there's nothing unusual about doing stuff together with your friends. So it's like,
But once again, why not? The two separate bucket list things being done to death and loads of movies and stuff. So why not this? Just twist it up a bit, make it different. Like I don't think it took anything away from it.
no, not at all. In
And
fact, it's added something to it because now you know that these two characters are going to be joined at the hip and go through everything together.
yep. I love the fact that they've decided to leave the apartments and camp on the roof and set up a tent and everything and the barbecue and just live that sort of life.
Stay at home camping is one of the things on the bucket list, though. But yeah, I like the way they've shifted the television up to the roof. What are they playing? Zombie games.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, Akira turns around and adds to the bucket list: get an 80-inch television, or words to that effect.
Yep.
So they decide to go shopping.
Ah dear.
What could possibly go wrong?
Not a thing. Like it's bad enough going to big chain stores before the zombie apocalypse. You have all the weirdos under the sun, but
Yeah,
after they're still going to be there. So
they're just like slightly more interested in brains than they are the local bargains. Very, very, very strange.
so yeah, that's what they do. And obviously, God, what was the zombie trucker?
Oh, kill the zombie trucker in his fuel tanker. Like it's all because something's happened and the zombie firemen aren't putting the fire out, but they're making it worse. And then zombie trucker driving zombie petrol tanker appears.
Oh yeah, and then just boof.
It's like, okay, we've got to get out of it. We've got to get out of it. So he takes the drink. So he decides he's gonna bring out his inner evil Knievel, and using an upturned car as a ramp, leaps the tanker just as it loses controls, jackknife, flips onto its side, and slams into this burning fire truck and explodes.
The thing that confuses me is on what planet would you go into a subway or a basement in this environment? That's the worst place to go.
It worked. It's all right. It worked out for them. But yeah, it's like yeah. I thought there'd be a lot more zombies down there than there actually were. But was it a subway or was it kind of like an underground mall thing? Because I'm sure that's where they found the shop.
Um, well, I had the subway steps, so that's where I was thinking subway, but they ended up in the basement anyway, or like in an inside shopping mall where all the shutters are down.
Quick, that one's got its shutter slightly up. We can escape in there. Chased by like an entire city full of zombies as they are in every scene. Get under it just in time, cutting off the zombies' fingers with the shutter as they slam it down.
Mm-hmm.
Turn round to find a bunch of young ladies and an office worker.
They've basically formed a misery cult. They're just like, oh,
Yeah,
the world is
basically
over.
from now I'm going to be known as that miserable salaryman.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in this shop, swigging spirits out of bottles and eating crisps.
But of course, the girls happen to be
Dun 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 dun.
flight attendants.
My God! And sitting there drinking spirits out of bottles and eating snacks is almost like wining and dining.
But
let's be honest, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. But yeah. So I think this is quite a sad one because it's all about dreams and ideal jobs and things like that, and like missed opportunities.
Yeah, but they turn into like teenage boys. They
Well,
start to have drinking competitions, and guess what? Snorting tequila never ends well.
No, it's like the whole idea of brown tequila is like mix it with stuff or drink it in shots, not just neck the entire bottle. That never goes well.
Oh God, have you ever played or done tequila eyeball?
What the hell is tequila eyeball? I'm going to regret it, aren't I?
It's basically a version, a Scotty's version of just your normal tequila, salt, lemon tequila.
Oh, Flammers, yes.
So what you do is you have the lemon and the salt as usual. However, you snort the salt.
Oh, fuck.
You down the tequila and you squeeze the lemon into your eyeball. And that's to see how many rounds you can last. And I mean, you're not impressing the ladies. And that's basically what Akira does in a haphazard fashion.
I'm not oof.
That's rough. Like everything's straight. Like you're just like just.
I can like it's like right. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a massive fan of tequila. Don't like the taste of tequila. Don't like the spirit. It's all right mixed in things, but I'm just kind of like the tequila sounds like the good part of that deal. To be quite honest.
Yeah, they're not for good about the other two. Like,
oh my God, my sinuses are burning just thinking about it. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, you're not coherent. You're just I know. But yeah, that's
the things you have to do though in defense of the realm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh dear. But yeah, he chugged an entire bottle of tequila and then proceeded to unchug the entire bottle of tequila.
Oh God, I remember my first ever work day. I was working for a shop. The shop chain had just opened.
Did that involve chugging tequila?
No, but it was mixing wine and beer, and I was only like,
oh no,
I was only 17.
Isn't there an old saying that basically says never mix grape and grain?
Yeah, but when you're 17 and you've got a free bar and you've never had a free bar before in your life,
I'm going to try one of everything.
That's it. And yeah, I had to leave. I decorated the floor, and yeah, I kind of disgraced myself and I had to go home.
Went to the works do, never went into work again.
No, I stayed there for a couple of years. Because German student days, it was a part-time job, but the company literally just opened. So as a thank you, we all got invited to this this bar. It was like, free bar. It was all paid for. It was like a function room. And being a 17-year-old idiot, yeah, I did what 17-year-old idiots do.
Yeah. Glass of Chardonnay and a pint of White Lightning. One in each hand.
Yeah, and then a few beers, and I was drinking Guinness at the time, so Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be incredibly thick, wouldn't it? Oh yeah.
Burble, all just mixed up, and that was it. Game over.
Oh, extrudes out like a pipe because of the Guinness.
And the thing is, if you're a pint drinker, which I was,
Mm.
just used to drinking pints, you drink at a certain speed. I've noticed that spirit drinkers don't. They drink slower. But if you drink pints, you kind of just go away, go at it.
Yeah. I say, if I've
so-
got a pint in front of me, I'm always sipping at it.
Yeah, that's so when you apply that same logic to glasses of wine, and it didn't matter whether it was red or white, it was whatever got plugged to the table you had at, and etc. etc. Yeah,
What colour do you like? Yes.
pretty much. Yeah, so I've been in Akira's position, and yeah, I fell for him.
Oh.
But also, we get the foreshadowing. The salary slave has been bitten.
Has been bitten on the ankle of all places.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love him to explain. It's like, explain to me, how have you managed to get bitten on the ankle? It's but yeah, so we know what's happening. The head hair hostess, that's what I'm going to call it, is basically complaining because the drink's gone, so she's going to go out and find some more drink. Kusaka and one of the other hair hostesses have gone upstairs to visit the bed department.
Here's another hint as well that Shizuka and Akira are going to get together because Kenshi's the one's having sex and he isn't.
Because
that's the classic.
The hero must remain pure for the heroine.
Yep.
It's a classic of all chivalric tales ever, apart from maybe Excalibur.
Look how that turned out. That was a friggin'
that went very well.
Yeah, nobody wanted that in the end of the day. That was
no. I think we did. What a great film.
Yep.
But yeah. So it's like Akira's there. I love it. It's like Akira's talking to the one who's left. He's like, I've got to think of something to say. So have you got a girlfriend? Middle of the zombie apocalypse, she just turns around and goes, do you really think that's the kind of question you should be asking me now? Like the look of complete go away and die that she gives him is awesome. But she just go and make sure he's all right after the tequila bounces off the empty lining of his stomach.
Yeah, but this is where Yukiri comes in, and what was it? The memory of the back rub or something was. Who was the kid for the back?
Yeah, because
she saw him huddled over the toilet, and that's where giving him something like a back rub to help him invoke some memory. I can't remember exactly. It's been a week.
No, it makes him think of her. It makes Akira think of Yukiri.
Mm-hmm.
But we already know nothing's going to happen between him and the hair hostess.
Oh, of course not. That's it's the fact that he's winding down there. That's the bucket list. That's why there are two separate things. The find a girlfriend thing is. I have a funny feeling that might be the last thing. That's the foreshadowing. Maybe the last thing to get ticked off when they finally get together. But yeah, it goes as well as you can expect. Obviously, office guy bites the head. Or hostess.
You've missed the conversation all about like working for your dreams and finding happiness and things. I know it doesn't have a place in horror, but like they're sitting on the stairs and they're just like talking about the things they've done in life.
Is that towards the end after this all happens, and then it's
that's what's it? That's
was
Or are we talking about? Are we talking about Salaryman attacking and killing? What's her name? Yukari?
No, Yukari's the one that's sitting on the stairs with Akira. Because it cuts to that. That's where she.
Oh, I've jumped forward. Yeah. because zombie guy attacks the one who's always complaining that a bottle's empty.
Yep.
Their fault a bottle's empty. I mean, and then it's like it goes upstairs to Kosho and the other guy, and he sits up and he's like, "Did you hear a scream?" And they go downstairs and they find out that the other air hostess has been bitten, and she attacks Kosho. Kosho leaps to one side and she sinks her teeth into, like, I'll call her his girlfriend, because we're all keeping this all above board and legit.
Yep. They could have had a happy life together. You know, I mean, that was
a happy life together. We've only did dodge to the left instead of the right. I mean, what a thing to do.
But this is where we go back to Yukari and Akira. Basically, she has a boyfriend, but those two are making a connection, and it's almost like something could happen there, but not to be.
No, because where did new zombie guy go after he bit the other flight attendant?
To the stairs.
Upstairs.
Yep. I just love the fact, right, this is all happening, and Kensho's already witnessed, like, the carnage, but he decides he's going to go and find the TV.
That's just, oh god, no! It's a bit where it's kind of like she's gone about, she's got her dream job, and that was it, because it's like when she was on a plane for the first time, she was scared, and an air hostess came up and like patted her back.
Oh, that was
it was like that. That's the kind of person I want to be. I want to be just like that when I grow up. And she says, do you know what? This is my dream job. I absolutely love this job. And she's there with blood pouring down the front because she's been bitten by the shoulder. And she just reaches out and she just pushes Akira away. And in the background, you can just see like zombie salaryman just kind of like bearing down on her.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, you can't forget that scene.
No, that's the bit.
Yeah, and then
I couldn't remember exact. I knew it was the. I knew it was the pat in the back. That was the.
Yeah,
like I said, it's been over a week.
I love the bit that then you've got like Akira. Akira is running down the corridor, sobbing, tears pouring from his eyes about the death of his best friend. He rounds the corner, and there's Kensho, struggling with the weight of the world's biggest television, with this zombie woman still with the bottle, like staggering after him. Where the hell have you been? I found a telly. Is that, you've got to go? Kensho is the mate that we all need.
Yeah, but you can understand why these two are friends, because they've got the same attitude. They're almost the same person.
That's it. They share the same brain cell. That's what it is.
Yeah. He's just watched, this happen, and he's like, I still got to find the TV, and just switches off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like Akira sees one look at the television, instantly pops back into being Akira. It's like everything bad that's just happened is gone, and he's popped back being the eternal optimist, and he brilliant. And then when you see them, when you see them like running around, next time you see them, they're on the back. How the hell do you hold a television like that on a motorbike?
That's the power of animation and magic, isn't it?
It's like, because you got to be fair. If you try to do it on a normal bike, the bike would take off. Either that, or you go sailing arse over off the back of it. Yep. He's literally without holding onto the bike. He's got the television in both hands, straddling across his lap.
He's got a set of thighs that can crack walnuts.
It's like well, we've seen those. Jesus. I honestly think out of the I think that's my favorite episode out of the first 6. Flight Attendant of the Dead. Just because of like the human side of it.
It's so much is in, like, it's so much. There's so much there in like one episode. And it had the borderline, it had a chance to be like really cheesy, you know, especially with the flight attendants, but it worked.
Well, it's just a slice of life, a very sad one.
Yep.
But don't worry, normal service is about to be resumed in
This
what I think is probably Colin's favourite episode of the show.
this one is mad. I love it. It's just
That's it. It's still got the horror though. It's like you've got to admit right. We'll call it the main antagonist. When the main antagonist first appears, you kind of like you're looking at the screen and you're thinking like, the fuck is that thing? But it is when it actually like starts getting to its moves. It is actually pretty good horror, especially if you like, you know, you've seen all the Sharknado films.
God, don't remind me.
Oh, look, it's better than Sharknado.
Yeah, that's
Hero of the Dead, in which Akira realizes that in his childhood he always wanted to be a superhero. So it goes on the list.
I'm trying to remember the first bit I put down here, but there's some crap going on, people picking on animals. Can't remember that scene. Oh, it was it was something as a kid. I was a kid that were picking on a girl and her dog. And that's
Yeah,
what
they were picking on a girl and a dog, and it's like Akira's dressed as like
he put a cape on him himself.
Ranger, a construction hat, and I remember there being gloves. I don't know if there were gloves or not, but I remember there being gloves.
But the fact that he still managed to take them on.
Yeah, he takes these two blokes on, beats the crap out of them. Oh, we won't pick on their dog anymore. To out your own.
Yeah, arseholes.
Oops. And then in the next big shock, Kensho goes blonde.
Well, more lime green.
What a colour! Jesus Christ.
Back in the day when I had her, I did have her once. I thought I'd try the Dan thing, and I thought it would dye jet black.
Ooh.
And I managed to get somehow plum.
Oh wow! Yeah,
that was the first and last time I ever tried that.
Yeah, my brother accidentally dyed his hair green once. He was going for blonde.
Yeah, third eye's dangerous. Like,
I still remember. Could be the hardest I've ever laughed in my life.
I just remember these plum streaks, and I had the biggest cowlick in history. It was massive.
Oh my god!
So
plum, like plum-colored one as well.
Yeah, that was horrible. It eventually went after a few washes. It did sort of go black, but yeah, never again. That was it. That was the first and last time I played with her dye.
But he literally, Kensho literally dyes his hair corn yellow.
But they decided they're going to go to the aquarium for reasons. Just that.
In order to be a hero against zombies, you've got to. I've worked this one out. In order to be a hero against zombies, you need to make it so the zombies can't bite you. So he's gone to get a shark suit, which is basically a wetsuit with chain mail on the top of it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, being the fact that the aquarium has a shark, they must have a shark suit.
I just love it's just the fact the next scene, like you've got all these people that are running, and Miss Analyst is there
on the bus. Because why wouldn't you be? Come on, why wouldn't you be? I mean, it's the middle of a zombie apocalypse, and you want to get from one side of town to the other. Why wouldn't you take the bus?
But Akira turns up in the full gear, and you're just like, yeah. Well, if she thought he was silly, first of all, this is just the next level.
I love the fact that even though he's dressed completely differently and he's wearing a face mask, she still instantly recognizes him.
Yep.
If that's not fate, what is?
But this is the bit that just, yeah.
You know, let's say he does pretty good. He does pretty good against the zombies.
He can handle himself. That's the thing. He's not a wimp. I think I'm so used to wimpy kids. You know, this wouldn't be allowed today. Akira wouldn't be allowed to handle himself. He'd have to be a complete joke. But that's not the point of his character. The character is competent. It's just what he's demonstrating is this carefree attitude, just embracing ultimate freedom.
Let's say this is old, is it?
Oh, come on.
Let's have a look. Anime. 23.
Oh,
23 years old.
Oh, that would have been illegal. It's illegal to make this sort of stuff. What, a male protagonist with he's actually competent and can look after himself and not being the butt of the joke all the time?
Yeah.
That would never be getting made the West. You know what I mean?
But this is Japan, and they've just the Japanese anime industry has a few days ago released a statement, as you know, everybody got together as the Japanese anime industry, and they basically put out a statement saying all these people with their Western sensibilities can bugger off because they're not making anime for Western audiences; they're making it for Japanese audiences.
Fantastic.
So they can take all their localizers and they can localize them.
And do you know what? They're not going to lose one sale.
No, they're not. They're not going to lose any. They're not going to lose any viewership whatsoever, because most of the money that anime makes comes from Japan, China, Indonesia, places like that, Philippines.
Yeah, there's a whole, I would say, not Far Eastern market that wouldn't have to say a Western face. If you take in Thailand, Korea, even like the Hong Kong, still not so much. China, yes or no, but still, even though it's a communist country, it's very traditional. China, so that probably appreciate as well. So yeah, there's a whole market there that don't even have to worry about us. But they never said they'll not sell to us. They're just not going to placate the loud voices that we don't even agree with because they're arseholes.
There's talking about China, there's some really good anime coming out of China. They don't call it anime. They call it something completely different. I can't remember. But yeah, without a doubt, we will see some long.
Are we going to have to start? Is this going to have to be another week, another day in the week?
Which one?
To cover the Chinese stuff now?
No.
Or does this still come under the
it's
anime umbrella?
It still comes under the anime umbrella.
So it's just more to the list. Fuck! I just thought here's another rabbit hole. But another channel's going to have to be started to cover all that.
It'll just go on the list.
I could do an entire channel on Tubi, horror movies. That would be a channel, and you could dedicate an entire channel just to that. God's sake, the amount of stuff out there is scary.
Colin, you're giving yourself more work.
No, I'm not. I'm talking myself out of doing it. I'm explaining why I'm not doing it because it's like never sleep. Be 3 videos a day.
Sleep is for the weak. I'm so weak.
But we'll see this complete battling of the minds. Shizuka just can't deal with him at all. She's actually a wee bit in the nasty side. It's like a reaction. It's like a gut reaction to the opposite of
you've got to be honest. If there's a battle of the minds going on at the moment, Miss Risk Analysis wins this round.
It was pretty even until zombie man leg shark appears.
Come on. That is one of the greatest, like, one episode villains you have ever seen in anything.
That is epic. So, long story short, great white shark eats zombies, or eats people before they turn into zombies. I think that's what they said. They turn into zombies while being digested and morph with the shark.
They well, something must have bitten the shark to turn it into the zombies. I reckon it at least ate one zombie, which bit it and turned the shark into a zombie. Then it's like the zombies have kind of like kicked their way through the bottom of the shark so they can stick their legs through it. And now there's like 3 zombies inside a shark, and the shark who are kind of like acting as like a living thing.
It's like they've morphed into one living being. It's like something out of Resident Evil that's been made in a lab.
It's like, are you ready for this?
Go for it.
The fish from Heavenly Delusion.
Aha, yes. With just a bit less slime.
But undead and the great white shark.
Yep. But the coordination.
Oh, and flippers.
Well, I think the flippers act as like a, like what do you call it, the rudder wings on an airplane.
Yeah.
Because they go full pelt, and this like it's almost like the legs are independent of the body, and
I'm
full pelt, and the shark sort of steers.
I'm pretty sure it runs with all 3 legs on the same side at the same time.
Yeah. But anyway, it's somehow managed to practice and get itself like. This thing can move.
It's properly terrifying. It's a scare. It's like when you first see it, you laugh, and then you see what it can actually do, and it's like, oh, hang on a minute. And when you get a close up of like the face of it, it's like a proper monster shark.
Yep. Brilliant. Like this is just seeing that thing and like bloody hell, that's a fever dream. That's
the guy who originally created Zom 100 definitely like on something when he created that shark. He's like, wow.
But even think of the idea of how it can happen. It's just like, yeah. Outside of a lab, you know what I mean? Just by circumstances, this thing happens.
Because it's like it's the bit where everybody panics and they're running away from it, and Akira's there to like risk an analyst. What is it? And he's like, well, it looks as if a shark's eating some people, and now they're kind of like working together as some kind of like a communal organism or something like that. How the hell does that happen? Don't ask me. Whoosh! That's the complete explanation of zombie leg shark.
Yep.
And I am there for it. It's like it must be true because they say it's sad.
And with no time to figure it out, who cares? Let's try and stay alive. Worry about it later.
It's like hand wave you. It's not important.
But this is where the battle of the minds comes in, because she's like, "What do we do now?" And he's like, "I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead."
That's after the next horror segment. The bit where everybody runs away from the shark, and there was a woman, there was a girl panicking on the bus when the bus was attacked by zombies right at the beginning, and she's here now, and she's like screaming, "Everyone's gonna die! They're all gonna die!" She pushes Risk Analyst Girl out of the way, and Risk Analyst Girl falls over.
Oh, right, that's yes.
Because they've all run into the back room. Is everybody here? Is everybody safe? And that girl's just sitting there with her head in her hands and like a look of terror on her face, going, "It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault." And it's like,
I think it was.
Zuka's not here. And he sneaks back outside to an air vent to go and find her. And it's like he jumps in front of like the leggy shark. I haven't decided what we're calling it yet. And he manages to get between her and hit. and he's like, he rescues her. Does she appreciate the fact that he's rescued her?
Of
Does
course, not.
Sheila's like?
No chance, because it just does not compute.
What,
Akira does not compute in her head why he exists.
yeah,
This is her problem.
It's something like, why would you risk yourself to help to help me, a complete stranger? And he's like, because it's something like, because I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I didn't. And anyway, I kind of like you. At which point their brain just stops working for a moment. What are we going to do about this shark? I've got a plan. And you know, I totally expected the plan to involve either an air tank or a fire extinguisher.
That was kind of set up, I think, as a distraction.
Because I was totally thinking it's basically it's Jaws but with legs. So I was totally expecting them to blow its head off.
No, let's use some double D batteries instead, because
Some lights, just a couple of flashlight batteries are all you need to take down a shark. By basically kamehamehaing it in the nose with a punch, with a fist with a battery in it. But before then, they narrow little Kencho, being an absolute hero, manages to distract the shark long enough for them to get their plan to work.
But the only way Kenjo can activate his superpowers.
I've got my head in my hands at the moment.
I just love the fact that, right, I need to do something, but I can't do anything. I'm too afraid. I know, I'll get naked. That gives me part of the anything.
Sticks his ass out the air vent. Hey, shark, you want a bite of this? Slap, 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 twerk, twerk, twerk. It's a good job that sunbeam's always there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Dear, oh dear. The shark goes after him and is like, no, change me mind. Don't bite me. I don't want to die after all.
But this is basically the most anime punch ever. Like,
it's
lined up.
It's kind of, we'll see if anybody gets this guy. It's kind of like battery. It's like battery encased fist punch of the North Star. We should really add Fist of the North Star to the list, by the way. And he just sinks his fist with this battery into the shark's nose. Huge flash of light. Surprised there wasn't a crash of thunder. Electricity everywhere. Shark cooked. Can't really call it dead. Shark dead. It's
It was the most. That's definitely just the most bonkers episode. Just the way it all played out.
it works so well though.
Because that would only work because he has the chainmail wetsuit on, the shark-proof suit. If he didn't have that on, it wouldn't have worked.
That's because he's a ranger. That's it. That's it. Boom. He's been a superhero. He'll never do it again.
Yep, that's it. Off the list.
It's like, don't need to do that again. Anybody else is in trouble, they're on their own.
But yeah, Shizuka she can't. She's gone. Her brain just like does not compute. What is this? What's happening? All her planning would have left her dead, and this agent of chaos is just breezing through everything.
Well,
so she thinks,
Yeah, but who would you rather have on your side? Someone who can make all the plans that you need, or someone who can just get the job done?
Well, they're just saying no plan survives the first contact. You can have all the plans today, but once shit hits the fan, it's the people that can just react to it and do it. And that's the thing. I think that's what we're seeing this freedom of the mind. I think that's the theme of the story: is if you free your mind, if you let go, even for a brief bit, all of the shackles, you can do anything. You're unrestricted, and that's what Akira sort of represents in us. And it's somebody we'd all love to be. I think we'd all love to be able to just let go and just go through life without all this baggage.
Yeah, yeah. I've got to be honest. I have tried when I have seen a problem. I have tried just going like, right, we're just going to brute force my way through this. I ended up with like 27 stitches. It doesn't always work.
No,
Give me a great dueling scar though. Oh, awesome.
but that's what he's representing. Just that epitome, isn't it? Of
Yeah,
letting go.
he's because it's like if you think about it, it's like Japanese life is all about regime. It's all about order. It's
Mhm.
all about doing everything you need to do in exactly the same order every day, from like the beginning all the way to the end of your life. It's like everything is regimented. Everything is done in a certain way. Akira is that like that little kid inside everyone who's just like kind of, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway, and we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, and that's the fantasy, isn't it? Just to be able to,
Which is
uh,
which in another way is how we know that him and Shizuka are going to end up with each other, because they are exact polar opposites.
mhm. But they're both like if this was a Western production, he would just be a bumbling idiot and he'd fail at everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's not.
Which
He's
is what
winning
he's not. He's a bumbling idiot
on purpose.
who gets everything right.
He knows what he wants to do. That's the thing. It's his plan's a bullet point, but that sometimes is enough. He
Yeah.
knows what the end goal is, and that's what the sheer force of determination is getting him through. Um, we saw how what I mean, and there are people like that. They're free spirits, they're creators, they're innovators,
Mm.
and we see that how the corporate environment crushed them, broke them, and
Yeah.
that's why that first episode is so important.
Mm.
We had to see that. I do. I resonate with them. That's the thing. I do resonate with them because I've
Uh-oh.
no, but I'm just saying I've been there. I've seen that, and if life's just about money, for example, I've earned a lot of money in my life, and I've been miserable. It's not the be all and end all, and all you're doing is buying stuff to basically fit in with other people. You're not actually buying it even for you. No, your money's even dictated how you spend it if you earn it when you're in certain circles. Don't know if that makes sense. If you don't have the latest rectangle with the number on the end, the current one, and you haven't spent your money on that, you're not allowed to not do that. For example,
Which reminds me, I think my current rectangle is going to die at the end of the month because Tesco's switching off G3, and I'm pretty sure my phone's still G3.
oh god,
I talk in one end, voices come out the other. It works perfectly.
what more do you need?
It's when it's turned off and you're talking to one end and voices come out the other. That's when you worry.
Yeah, but if you're using Wi-Fi, that doesn't matter. So you only need the G3 if you're out and about.
Mm.
But anyway, you know what I mean? It's that you must wear this, you must go
Yeah.
to this club, you must do this, and everyone does the same thing. So even earning a lot of money, it's not your money because you have to spend so much of it on maintaining the social norms. Like, for example, when he was doing his job, he must go out for dinner, he must buy a load of booze, he must go to a restaurant twice a week, 3 times a week, at
Yes.
least. He must eat takeaway. Is even the money he earns is dictated. So doing all the overtime, etc., doesn't mean anything. He's still in a shitty apartment, and he doesn't have time to look after it. We saw it absolutely killing him. Like He'd have been lucky to make it past 40, he'd have had a heart attack or ended himself or something, So this thing of him, the way he acts, is not stupid. It's an example of if you are completely free, if you completely free your mind, the possibilities are endless. That's the message I'm getting from this. Shizuka still represents that order, that everything must be planned out, must be done in certain sequence. It's still the sort of the old thinking, new thinking. Now, is Akira going to be able to do this forever? No. Eventually, reality's going to crash. That's the thing. It's all about temperament, isn't it?
Yep.
That's even come back to this. We're seeing the yin and the yang happening, the balancing forces. There needs to be balance. But the end of this episode, anyway, Shizuka does Adam the social media or gives her information. So
he wins. He finally wins and gets some information.
Yep.
But could all the freedom of the past few episodes be foreshadowing for the next?
I believe so, because this is. I think this is the journey he has to go on. So obviously, episode 6, RV of the Dead, starts out in the same manner. It's lighthearted enough. They decide to go to look for expensive watches, because why not?
Well, yeah, it's like a 1.8 million yen watch. So what do? They take photos and post them on social media. Because why wouldn't you? I mean,
yeah, it's still a bit of the old world that these things still matter. It's still the early days.
Because that bucket list item number, whatever number it was, own a really expensive watch.
Yeah, why not? This is the scene, isn't it? Where they're busy up in they're up in their campsite and they're looking up and they can see the stars because that's where the electrics come out.
Yeah. Yes, because they're talking about camping.
Mm-hmm.
And Akira decides that he decides what he really wants to. One of the next things he really wants to do. Oh yeah, because they're talking about when they went camping together back in Akira's hometown in Gumna. And it's like he decides that what he really wants to do. The next thing he wants to do on his bucket list is he wants to go and see his parents and make sure they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to need a vehicle.
But it's long distance, so it's a specific vehicle for the task.
What more could you ask for than a good old fashioned camper van? There just happens to be a camper van show on in Tokyo when the zombie apocalypse hit.
What are the chances?
How coincidental is that? Damn, that's lucky.
A camper van expo. Yeah, okay, let's go to that.
Yeah, we'll go. But this is the bit that I'm talking about, where they arrive at the camper van expo. Go. It's at the end of the last episode where Shizuka gives him his details. Like, it doesn't matter if he gives him his details. After all, we'll probably never meet again.
Yep.
Cue the entrance of the camper van where they're standing at the bottom of the top of the steps. Akira is looking to his right. Shizuka is standing at the other side of the steps, looking at her left. What are you doing here? Exactly the same reason you are.
But once again, this is where you see the chalk and cheese. You've got Kensho and Akira just going around like two kids going, whoa, look at this. This is brilliant. This is brilliant.
I've got a jacuzzi.
Shizuka's like, no, I have my list. This is what we need. Or this is what I have to calculate that's needed for an RV to do what we need to do. Blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Until she sees the little Volkswagen.
The little Volkswagen Beetle, and then that's it. Her eyes go big and sparkly. A blush appears on her cheeks. Ah, damn, it's so adorable. Damn, I think I may want it. Cute Kencho and Akira sneaking up behind her.
Caught you out, ha ha, sort of thing. But one thing I forgot was that this was an expo, and expos have
Mm.
people, and it turns out all the people were upstairs. You're now zombies.
I love the fact the door opens and like an entire world's worth of zombies just come charging down the stairs at them. It's like, quick, get in the nearest camper van, jump in the nearest camper van, drive off. It's an everyday bog standard cheap as chips camper.
Basic, yep. Basic model. Like all the luxury models, they jump at the most basic one. Yeah.
Yeah, and off they go.
Now this is where the episode goes dark, like depressing.
Yes. I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting what happened next.
But yeah, they're riding. It's Kenshu's on the bike this time. You know, they're basically taking turns. Yep.
Kencho's on the bike this time. Yes.
They're just riding free and enjoying life. And sure enough, there's caltrops set up in the road.
Yeah, they ride straight over the Stinger.
Because you're not expecting it. That's the last thing you're expecting. But this is where this is a trope of zombie movies. You know what I mean? There's always a gang, predatory gang, the busy harm. It's not the zombies you have to worry about. It's the other human groups.
It's the other people.
This is where it sort of falls in that trope, but it's not just a random gang. It's Chief Kazuki, his old boss.
It's his own boss of all people.
So
and he just falls.
all the light.
And that's it's just like the light switch has been flicked off. He just folds and goes straight back to the person he was when he was at work.
It actually shocked Shizuka.
Yeah, because she's used to like Akira as he is every day when he's just running around doing what he wants and like winning at life.
But this is proper trauma. This is someone over a 2-year period has gone into his head and broken him. And it all comes flooding back. And of course, Kensho gets injured because he was on the bike when he rides over the Stinger, so he's badly injured.
We can fix your friend up and we can give you new tires, but in exchange, you're gonna have to come and work for me for a few days.
It was 3 days he offered specifically. He definitely said 3 days. And that's where you get the feeling that this is obviously because they set the trap in the first place.
Yeah,
it's a trap, you know, in all senses. But if Kensho wasn't injured, they'd have just walked, I reckon. But because Kensho's injured and he feels responsible,
I honestly think even if Kensho hadn't been injured, he wouldn't have the power to walk away. I think that's the kind of hold that the boss has over him.
Yeah, you can see. Yeah, but I think maybe that's him rationalizing in his head. Then you know,
because it's like even when he's offering him help, he doesn't answer back. He smiles for one moment until he realizes that he's going to be working for the boss again. And I think he pretty much resigns himself there. That is it. Boom. The rest his life is gone, and he's back to working for this guy. It's kind of weird though how he's doing all the work. I mean, don't expect Kensho to do any work because he's injured, but it's like
yeah, because Kazuki
Shizuka doesn't work. Whether or not she's looking after him, I don't know, but she doesn't do anything. But she just sees him slaving away, carrying boxes all day. The fact that the boss has got zombies working for them, pulling trucks.
Yeah, that was quite enterprising. But I don't understand why it's just a neck collar. Why aren't they like in a proper harness? Like heads would fall off.
Now, right. think about it. Yeah. Now, might be a slight spoiler. Yeah. But if they're fully bound up so they can't move, how are they going to escape?
No, I mean the zombies.
Oh, the zombies, obviously. It's because you know how
I
they
don't.
bite. It's obviously really built up their neck muscles.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Why wasn't it a harness as opposed to just a thing around the neck? That doesn't make sense because their heads would be literally pulling their own heads off.
It's not going to hurt them. They'll be fine. No,
Even have you ever seen the strongman competitions where they're doing the truck thing and the bands around
yeah,
their
and
head?
and they what's it? They're wearing the entire harness. Yeah.
Yeah, but the things around their head as well. It's a whole, you know, what I mean, that's the sort of setup I'm thinking of, not just a collar around the neck. You just see zombies like lying all over the place and their heads falling off as they start to rot. But hey ho, I can, for the purpose of suspending disbelief, I
Right.
mean,
They're
I'll
not
let it
quite
go.
because it's still quite early in the apocalypse. They're not quite so rotten as their heads are going to fall off yet.
Right. And they're not going to choke, but that's.
Yeah. They can't choke. They're zombies. They don't breathe. They're dead.
But Akira does this thing where he finds a bunch of beer and decides to put it in the fridge. And he was going to give it to the workers, and I use inverted commas, even though not in camera, but you know,
Yeah.
workers. Kazuki finds him, and I think this is the first start of Akira rebelling and realizing that he's tasted freedom. He doesn't want this. He's going to have to overcome this, if that makes sense. I think this is the whole point of this story, part of the storyline, is him facing his demons, and Kazuki is his demon.
I'm listening. I'm making notes.
So obviously he's co-opted what, like a baseball team as his enforcers.
Yeah.
So when Kazuki comes to like challenge him on it, he's like, "Oh, I thought your team would want some cold beers for once, you know." And he gets Kazuki in the trap because if he says no,
Yeah, because it's a bit where it's teams, the base of the force will come up behind me and like, oh, beers, oh, are they for us? And it's the way he just kind of like clicks his teeth. Because he got no intention of giving any of that. Because he's like, normally we just get the really low quality lukewarm stuff. He's got no intention of giving that beer to anyone. He was going to keep that beer for himself.
yep. But that's it. He's even despite this, he realizes this is the way to, you know, get out of this because he's broken. You know what I mean? He's like, no, I can't live. He was broken for a minute, and now he's realized, no, I have to get out of this. And this is where that spark of that flame that's been lit, once you light it, it can come back at any time. If you light that spark within yourself, you know what I mean, that freedom and purpose and joy of life, you can get it quashed at times, but it's always kindling there. You can always reignite it again and get out of a situation. I think that's what's being demonstrated here. Is he's like, oh, yeah, I don't have to do this anymore, but I'm not brave enough to confront them directly. But I can't. I'll find another way. But that's where this busy gets left. Is they're in the camp. They're trapped.
Yeah. It's like of all the episodes we've had so far, this is the dark. I mean, this is the dark. I mean, the first one was dark, but only for like the first half of it, and then it brightened up. This is the exact opposite. It starts off really light, as a lot of them do, but it just kind of like crashes into dark.
And it's not predictable either. If this was just every episode, you know what I mean? I know it's a comedy, but if every episode just breezing through everything, you wouldn't get much, you know, there's no character development.
No.
Akira's having, you know, we see Akira, he's having to go through character development, and then this is also Shizuka needs to see him like this. Because that's obviously how they're going to develop, you know, and she then has to see what her side, you know, his side of things can go too far, her side of things can go too far. This is all about reaching that balance. So she's getting to see the utter, far end spectrum of control, which Kazuki represents, and it's not life.
A glimpse into his background,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to make him make more sense.
Yep. But even having the
So
conversation in the
so
camper van.
so she can understand him. Yeah.
Yep. They had the conversation in the camper van that basically she wants to survive the apocalypse.
Yeah, it's basically where she's going like 100. It's the fact that their list is called 100 things that to do before they become a zombie, and her list is 100 things to do to not become a zombie.
Yeah. Both extremes. And yeah. Yeah, this was a bit of a downer, this episode, but once again, I think it's going to be an important character arc when we see when we come back next week and we'll see the next one and see how it pans out.
See, I know where this is going, because I am currently sitting here patiently waiting for season 2. And nothing but 17 years to go.
Netflix hold my beer, sort of thing when it comes to anime.
So they normally, if a series is popular, they will do. This series was popular. If the series is popular, they will do a second series. But it all depends on how popular the series was.
Mm. Well, the live action. Well, that's one thing we're going to do. Is obviously when we do the second half of this, we'll organise the watch party for the live action.
Oh yeah, the live action one released the same year the animated one did.
Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting seeing that.
Which is pretty unusual, got to be honest.
But there you go. That's I really enjoyed this one. Completely different from what we've had. I like the fact that there's different tone on the zombie stuff. It's not going to be really boring very quickly. But
I figured you'd enjoy this one.
Yeah, definitely. And a good thing is when you have to wait a week.
Yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine if you had to wait a week between episodes?
Oh god. Oh, especially after this one, yeah. Not knowing how it's going to turn out. I don't know if the next one's going to resolve it or if it's going to spin out for another day.
Yeah, but to be honest, have you watched any of the new ones yet? Have you watched any of the next half of the season yet?
Not yet, no.
See,
I've been busy. I wanted to rewatch this and didn't get a chance because it just been stuff.
Well, there you go. It'll only take like 6 hours or something like that. You can just sit and binge the entire thing. I tend to watch them like a couple of episodes at a time because if I watch any more, I kind of like forget stuff.
Well, unfortunately, my week is already planned out because if you don't know, today is the last day for submissions for Horrific Tales Volume 4. Loads have started arriving, so next week I have to sit and go through these, choose the ones for the anthology, and then start doing all the admin and editing. So that's next week. It's going to be just all about that.
Which means I'm talking out soon.
Oh, yeah, that is the plan. But in between that, obviously, doing Jason, we've brought forward Thursday stream to Tuesday, so we're covering Jason X on Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
And we are back next Sunday, and we've got the talk spot on Sunday as well. So going to be looking at R.L. Stein's Pumpkinhead, which just came out this year. Going to be looking at it anyway, so plenty to do.
Any good?
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet because we've only got a chance to watch for the next one and do the notes and stuff. That's obviously might do that tomorrow. But then I just got to fit it all in. Busy week. Busy. But plenty coming down the line as always.
Busy is good. Busy is better. Like, got to be honest. Busy is better than the alternative.
Exactly. Just just staring into space or not having a purpose. Back to what this series represents. You know what you want in life, and you go out and get it, and you're working towards something. You Every day is a blessing. You know what I mean? Every day you get something ticked off a list. You get something done. You move forward. But there you go. Thanks as always, mate. Always fun to talk about these.
Always a pleasure.
Yep. Thanks for everybody for watching. And just easy to say, until next time, keep up the other channel, do the technical things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.